this story on my Instagram page. And essentially, what I was trying to prove, I'm a scientist, so I had to conduct an experiment in order to prove a hypothesis that I had. And pretty much my hypothesis is that men are visual creatures and they're going to choose a woman if given a choice between a woman who's attractive, but her career is kind of mediocre compared to a woman who is not as attractive, but her career is very awesome. So pretty much I use Taco Bell as a whipping boy to indicate a not high powered career. And I used a law profession to represent a person that is a high power career because I think we know. Also, I had mentioned, she's taking cosmetology classes. So, not to shit on anybody working at Taco Bell, not to shit on cosmetology, nothing like that, right? What I'm doing is taking things that, in general, in society, that we kind of have a common understanding of, right? So, the person on the left, you know, um, she works a little bit, taking cosmetology. Person on the right, you already know um, the education level that goes into to becoming a lawyer. So number one, you got to have the grades to even get the scholarships and grants associated with that, or you got to take out loans, or your family has to have money. So the funding in itself is a challenge for people to become lawyers. Never mind the time and the intensity that you have to take to complete, college and law school, study for the bar exam, and then now actually start practicing. So it's a lot. We know there's a lot of work in that. So everybody just can't decide they're going to become a lawyer. We know there's a lot of hurdles to get in. So we recognize that that profession has a higher barrier to entry, right? So anyway, men answered 67% is going to choose the one on the left, like I suspected. Actually, I thought it was going to be higher than that. 33% chose the one on the right. Okay. And so on top of that, I put my narrative, which is that my results indicate that while society has changed and we as humans have adapted our behavior to do what we need to do to survive and thrive, that doesn't change the underlying human animal. Is essentially what I'm saying. We haven't really changed as animals. So think about the act of going to college itself, right? You're waking up in the morning, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, driving in the car, sitting down in the classroom, listening to some person talk, reading some characters scribbled into a book. As humans, we didn't do that shit 1,000 years ago. That just didn't exist, right? And the scholars that did exist and there were around were not to the same level as, or the access to education wasn't as ubiquitous. Look that word up because I know you don't know what it means, as it is today. Right. So now pretty much everybody goes to school. So our behavior has changed, right? But the underlying animal that we are hasn't changed. Like our basic shit about us hasn't, like we still eat and drink and shit and piss, right? We still need to sleep, we still need shelter, and we still need to mate. Those fundamental things have not changed about us. So just because in today's society, having a law degree is considered prestigious, and it is, that doesn't change the fundamental. Hey, when my eyes as a man look upon a woman, you know what that her appearance is doing to me, like inside, when I'm becoming aroused. So if I see a woman that's not attractive and I don't get aroused by her in any type of way, and then you whisper in my ear and say, hey, by the way, she's a lawyer, or she's a senator, or that's not gonna change. I'm not gonna all of a sudden like, oh shit, now I'm rock hard. No, like she is, like, that's great, and maybe I can network with her and learn something and do business with her and maybe become friends. And what I'm saying is her profession is not having an impact upon how I see her as a potential mate, right? So anyway, so one of my friends responded to that, and she said, I wonder what the outcome had been if the cute girl was on the right or if they were the same age and attractiveness. Yeah, so that's a good question. It's different from the point that I think it was clear that I was trying to make, which is that if you have to choose between looks and career success as a man choosing a woman, I think that was clear the point I was trying to stress. But what she poses is a good question. And so what I said was I think they would choose a cute girl, even if she was doing good financially and had the better career. So if the cute girl was a lawyer, I think people would still choose her because she's the more attractive person. And it's based on that. It's not based on the fact that she's a lawyer. And they would not choose the other woman because she's unattractive. But the fact that she is not very well established would also probably add to her unattractiveness, right? Um, and so I said if both were equally attractive, probably the one on the left would be better for a well-established man. So if a guy already has his shit together, his bills are paid, his investments are together, his career's together, his business, like whatever he has, and he's like fully functional, fully independent, then he might be more prone to deal with the woman who is not high powered in her career because like, hey, I just need someone to just come on and maybe help me, maybe not, but just keep me company and just be fun to be around. As opposed to the lawyer who, her time is going to be limited. Um, she's going to be very focused on her career. And so a lot of times, like what you pick up in your career transitions into your personal life. So could be argumentative, shit like that. Just could be a fucking headache. So I think if looks are not, you know, a deciding factor, then I think that it depends on the man and where he's at in his life. If he's looking to build something, if he's not established and he's looking to build, then he might see the woman who is a lawyer as more attractive because this is someone who he can you know get with, maybe network with her, and they put their bread together and build something. Um, but if he's already established, like he's not looking, like who's looking to do that, right? So